Right. Welcome back to Saemyth. We're going to get started immediately with one of you lot giving us a recap of what happened last session. Who wants to go? Who wants to do the recap?
What's this? What is this?
I don't know what that is.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Dex does the recap.
What? Dex has been voted to do the recap.
Oh no.
If I do it, I'm doing it as Ymir, and it's going to be the worst recap you've ever seen.
Yeah, well, same here.
I'll do next one if you do this one.
Okay. Right. So, I had a weird dream, and there was four shadowy figures, and one had lots of faces and some eyes, and there was something about the world breaking, but I forgot because I kind of woke up. And then we met some people that we also saw in the dream, which was really weird because I thought they were supposed to stay in the dream, but now they're out here with us. So we had a nice chat about what we're going to do, apparently, about this dream. And then there were some nasty people that came in, and one of them said it's a bad word, I'm not allowed to repeat it, to one of our friends. So we got in a big fight, kind of killed him a little bit. They might get better, but I'm not sure. Kind of upset the people in this building. But we're good now. We set them up. I've put some of the bodies on this bench, so they're just sleeping. No one's going to know anything. And we're going out to see some company. I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of group of people. I think we might have killed some of them already. Oh, and we're about to cover Ymir and Moss.
I like how you remember that part and not the reason why you're going to the Green Company.
Kaiden's just right, I'm just along for the ride. I told you it was going to be a shit recap.
We'll take it. Why not? So you, last session, were informed that the people who run the Last Drop, the little tavern that you've been spending your evening, are in a great amount of debt to the Green Company, and they have been sending debt collectors to come and take money, belongings, whatever, to pay off this debt. And they've asked you for help to see whether or not you can relieve them of this debt in some way, probably by doing something for the Green Company, a favor for a favor. You, as much as I know, you agreed last session. You were informed of where the headquarters would be, down in the Verdant district, and you began to set off. I recall. So it's a little bit of a trek, not very far. You kind of begin to make your way down through Sihonos. It is a crowded city. These towering buildings make it very claustrophobic. On both sides, they are sort of building upon building with stairways reaching up into each one, because it just towers so high above you. And everything's very cramped. There's lots and lots of people out on the city streets now, so you're kind of having to keep an eye on each other. It's not hard to miss Kaiden or Sinza, really, because they're both scarily tall. Lyre and Ymir, however, more likely to blend in a little bit more into the crowd. Thank you.
There's just a bard in the street. It's okay.
Lyre and Ymir,
yeah,
kind of more likely to blend in. But yeah, you're all kind of making your way through. Is there anywhere you're going other than beelining, or are you sort of bimbling, making your way?
I'm keeping an eye out for a smithy. maybe a leather worker as well. Just keeping an eye out.
Okay. Is anyone else looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking.
I think Kaiden's just kind of.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say Kaiden's probably just following whoever because he's never been in a city before, so he's kind of like very easily distracted and feels like he's gonna get lost.
Oh.
I think seeing Kaiden occasionally kind of wander off, she kind of loops like her 2 fingers in his collar and kind of pulls him back towards the group. She's kind of just like lazily carrying her axe like over her shoulders with her arms kind of like carried over the side of it like this. Probably with her height, it does miss a couple people, but she's not really cautious about the way that she's moving through the city.
People are passing like the Red Sea. Like they do not want to get in Sinza's way with an axe like that. They're like, no, nah, and you are just getting a small path carved out in front of you. You can squeak all you like, but you're not getting anything. Yeah, see.
Okay,
Sorry, my familiar is loud. Yeah, no, people are kind of moving out of the way as you're making your way, so it's a little easier to navigate. Lyre, roll me a perception check.
This die. Oh, it's not good. Perception. 9.
9. Who's carrying the map? Ymir.
Because last I recall, Ymir took the map. So
Yeah.
I like to think this is Ymir right now.
Okay,
Eventually, I'll get it.
Maybe they can use like a ghost behind it to like light it up.
I think Sinza kind of seeing Ymir struggle a little bit, she kind of like moves towards her, like lowers her head down to her ear. She's like, "How are you going with the map?"
Don't worry, if I press my face against it, eventually I'll learn something. Oh.
Oh.
I can give this seeing map to someone that can see. Sort of like close it. Here, seeing person. Does not hand it to you. Just like probably slaps it, not slap it, like press it against your chest. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
If Lyre wasn't the one with the map, Lyre's just walking. You're not able to find any kind of leather workers or smiths in this area of the city. It seems more likely you'll find them in the trade district. It's mostly like potatoes and produce farmers. It's slowly be kind of coming to like not many shops around here. It seems more residential. Yeah, now that you have a seeing person looking at the map, you guys have gotten to about
Here's a question for the group. She kind of like calls out to everyone as we're moving. Are we going straight to Green Company, or do we want to do a little wandering beforehand? Show Kaiden how the monetary system works.
Are you being quiet?
I wouldn't say she's being overly loud. She's keeping her voice low enough so that just the group can hear.
Okay.
She's pretty well traveled, and from what we were told in the tavern, she's probably being cautious.
Welcome to do some shopping before going into this, if you'd like.
This would also be a good time to learn about who we're dealing with. Because don't get me wrong, I'm all for let us help the poor people. I'm not that they're poor monetarily, I mean like poor, maybe they are poor, but in the sense that maybe we don't rush into things and we can learn about our not enemy, not yet. Mm-hmm.
Kaiden, Lyre, thoughts?
I don't really know where I'm going in where we are, so I'm just kind of letting you lead the way.
I've never really been in a city before, not one this big anyway. I'm more just looking around. I will go. I will follow.
All right. Sinza's gonna pull open the map. Can I see how close are we to the trade district at the moment? Is it a bit of a hike?
From what you can see, yeah, it is. So the borders of the trade district would be around here on the map.
Okay.
And it's kind of a stretch of just walking in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then up. But other than that, it
And
would be probably about a 20, maybe 30-minute walk.
okay. It's a bit of a hike, but I mean, if we're looking for information before we run headfirst into this, we may find some whispers there. Someone may be willing to talk about the gangs that rule this city. If not, we can just go straight to Green Company and play our cards right.
Are we on a clock?
I don't believe so.
Didn't someone say we might get found first?
After what
So
has
we
happened?
could go up there and they can find us, and then we don't have to go there.
But then we don't have the upper hand.
Everyone roll me a perception check. Yeah, you're at disadvantage.
Natural 20, bitch!
Natural
My perception.
I roll a disadvantage, right?
9.
Yeah.
I got a 9.
This is a visual perception, so
14.
14, 9, nat 20.
12.
12. Solid. Oh,
Kaiden's distracted.
Hey, Kaiden, you're just like, something smells good.
He's seen a food
You can
store as
smell
well.
like a food store, yeah. You can smell something, like almost like a curry just down the road from you, and you're like, it
I
smells
think we should go that
good.
direction.
Ymir and Sinza, you're kind of more focused on talking amongst yourselves and kind of like figuring out where you're going to go. Lyre, you can feel like you're being watched very closely.
Can I see anyone looking at us?
You across the way, despite there being so many people, you catch like the eye line of someone dressed in green before they move down one of the nearby sort of alleyways.
How far away was he?
It's just across the road from you.
Is that within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Using my awakened mind, in my head I'll just say, "Can I help you, friend?"
You can see the tailcoat of the green come to a stop before he leaves your vision entirely. And you see him like turning around and looking around, not able to figure out where it's coming from.
It is the one you were watching.
Kind of turns around, kind of peers back around the corner, makes eye contact with you again. How are you doing that?
I have special gifts.
I overheard you talking about the company. What do you want?
We're looking to settle a debt. To pay one off. Willing to work for it.
So you recruits?
No. Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So you want to talk to the boss?
That we do.
You see him kind of like stand a little bit up. He's a little like a human guy. Looks quite young. Sort of ginger hair, bit of a scruff around his cheeks. He's got a scar across one side of his face, and he'll kind of pull up a hood. And as he moves through the crowd, kind of in your direction, people dodge him. They see the green and move out of the way. And he kind of comes across the road. He doesn't go directly towards you. He kind of stands nearby you, and kind of leans up against one of the buildings, assuming that he can still talk to you without saying anything. He'll say, "Follow me."
Understood. Lyre will turn to the group and to say, I found us a guide. Follow the one in the cape. And Lyre will start to trace after said figure.
So I'm going to put something in your player reference on Discord. Because all of you will see it. If I can find it.
Okay. So we're all going to be following this guy then.
If you want to. You're moving in the opposite direction to the curry smell. It's very upsetting, Kaiden.
He's very upset about that.
We will
He's
get
like
you
one
curry
lot of
later.
look-
My God. Like,
He doesn't see. He's just looking longingly. He's like, okay. Just trudges along.
If we do start moving, Sinza's gonna kind of move her axe from where she had it, put it on her back, and she's gonna just very carefully put her like hand on the back of like Ymir's lower back, just to kind of gently guide her.
You do that. Oh, good heavens.
It's okay, I'm just helping.
Okay. Sort of like waddling around a little bit. All over the place, but nonetheless, with your help, she's sort of getting through. She also looks back at the curry place.
I can't
Send
see it,
that
but I
to
can
you.
smell it.
It's there. I know it's there.
I know.
So you should have access to these images now in your things that you know about Sihonos. And on the back of this guy's cloak, this green cloak, is sort of a white embroidered insignia that you'd assume to be the logo that they go by. And he begins to kind of trail through a few back alleys, a little out of the way. It seems like he doesn't really want to be on the main streets, drawing too much attention. Some of those alleys are a little bit of a squeeze. Like, they are like shoulder to shoulder buildings. It is somewhat uncomfortable for the slightly larger of the two of you, or like, out of the four of you, to navigate. But especially with your horns, Sinza, they're kind of scraping on buildings as you go past. It's not particularly comfy. But you kind of peel off and into a pretty dark kind of area. It seems like this place doesn't get an awful lot of light because of the buildings being the way that they are. It's starting to hit about midday by the time that you're getting in here. I don't have an appropriate token for this guy, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that. But I will move you onto this map.
God forbids we have to use our imaginations. How dare you, Toby?
Oh,
in
terrible.
Dungeons and
I know.
Dragons?
I can't
Imagine.
visualize, please.
He takes you into this pretty unsuspecting doorway. It's a bit dark in here. It's lit by a couple of lanterns. You see on the far end of a corridor a kobold dressed in green with sort of these blue, somewhat frizzy scales, almost as if they're kind of sticking out of him in funny directions, like he's been tossed around quite a bit. He's kind of looking in your direction, these beady little eyes, as the young man kind of guides you in. And he turns around and kind of holds his finger up and says, "Wait here for a sec." Skittles off. And the two of them, kind of hushed whispers, begin to talk to each other. It's higher ceilings than you'd expect, which probably implies that they get people who are quite tall in this building. So they're quite used to having a variety of folks through here. The carpet on the floor is so worn from people walking in and out that it's practically become part of the floor itself. It seems like this area at least gets an awful lot of foot traffic. The kobold opens the door, and the guy turns around and says, and gestures for you to follow him.
Well, we found what we're looking for, shall we? Lyre will follow.
Sinza follows.
Okay. Kaiden's probably going to be just not at the front.
Same with Ymir.
As you step into the next room, there is a plethora of people who look in your direction and fall quiet. Sort of a yellow-scaled dragonborn-esque lizard folk with almost like a bearded dragon style kind of ruff around the neck. You've got a small human woman with dark skin and very curly black hair. Another kobold, this time with sort of like almost like teal patterning with orange streaks across his face. And sort of an Elanian of some kind with a lot of fur around their face, almost like a monkey. Got sort of rounded ears, quite strangely elongated limbs, and they're sort of looking in your direction with large eyes. The figure kind of walks across the room, who's been leading you, and knocks awkwardly before walking into another room, peeling back out and sort of gesturing through that doorway, but doesn't seem to want to go in himself.
Is that the boss?
Yeah.
All right. Efficient. Shall we? All right. Okay. I guess I'll go.
I believe in you, slightly.
Slightly. Is Ymir not coming?
Oh no, she's following. She's letting him go first. She's just like, looking back up. Go.
Okay, I was worried Ymir was just not there. I just realized I have my old token on here.
Oh yeah, oops, I'll update that. Lyre, as you're the first person to walk into the room, you see a human man sat behind a quite cluttered desk, sort of dark hair tied up in a top knot, with a 5 o'clock shadow, green eyes, kind of olive skin. He seems to be quite a bit older, maybe somewhere in his sort of mid-50s, early 60s, with streaks of silver kind of cutting through his hairline. He's dressed in sort of roguish leathers, dark greens. It seems like quite similar uniform to those you've seen from Green Company. He looks up and smiles at you. Seems quite welcoming. Well, it's not often we get recruits coming straight to my fucking doorstep. Hi.
A pleasure. How are you?
I've been better, honestly, but I'm doing all right. How about you?
Not bad. Overwhelmed, if I'm honest. First time in the city and things are a lot more intense than I thought they'd be.
Yeah, you've really stuck your foot in the shit coming here, huh?
I haven't stepped in anything.
All right, big man.
I'll just check just in case.
He just checks.
Just didn't want to drag it in.
Right, well, you seem like a man of business, so should I cut right to the point?
Yeah, let's get on with it.
All right. My name is Lyre, and it is a pleasure. I travel from the Last Drop Inn with my friends here. And the bartender, 𝘏𝘪𝘨, he has asked us to help him out with the debt he owes to your company of sorts.
As you mention 𝘏𝘀𝘀, his face kind of drops a little. And what about it?
Well, and crew, please stop me if I get anything wrong. But, we believe his old man, now passed, God's rest his soul and whatnot, his old man owed you quite a bit of money.
Hey, Amarin was a bit of a fucking nightmare, honestly.
Thorn in the side?
He kept coming here asking for money, you know, and he was trying to just pay off the building that he was living in at the time, and didn't really realize how much he was taking, and clearly got himself into that one kind of business, huh?
Right. A fool's gambit. Well, luckily for you, we are here to even that debt. You see, we would like to help pay off this debt. Now, we do not have the money for it, but we do have our own set of skills. And if there is a job you need done, depending on what that job is and how much trouble it may cause, we would like to keep a low profile. Maybe we can call that debt even.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Wait,
Roll good. Roll good.
wait. Can I... Guidance!
You're not in the room, Ymir. You're not here.
Not in the room.
You're
No, wait.
like on the other side of the map. What are you doing?
No, from the other room, from the other room.
It's a
hear me out.
touch spell.
Kaiden! I mean, shit!
What are they? No.
They're still in the corridor at the beginning,
Oh my
like in the
God.
first room. You're just staring at this kobold, and this kobold's just staring back at you.
Should I go?
Oh,
Should I
perfect.
go get them?
You should probably go and pick up the blind lady.
All right.
Okay.
It's King's gonna get Ymir. Get on.
Pick
Roll
her
a,
up.
roll a 16.
Can I just
16.
pick
Okay.
her up?
You're just gonna hold Ymir up over your shoulder.
How do I give you someone move Ymir's token with me?
You're being a hold ass. There you go. Perfect. Okay, 16. So he kind of puts his hands on the table. He offers a hand out to you. Your name, sorry, Lyre.
Lyre. And he'll
No,
shake his hand.
I'm Landgrave. Pleasure.
Lightgrave.
Landgrave.
Landgrave.
I've got a problem that's got to be dealt with, but you said you wanted to keep a low profile.
If we can.
Deal with them at night and no one's going to know about it.
Them.
I'll settle this debt if you can deal with an expected incident that's about to happen out north of here, not too far. My scouts have been sending them out to keep an eye on this, but we've seen a rise of graffiti of the Sanguine's logo in our territory. Spotted recruits, in that area. People are being harassed by them. People are getting robbed by them. Mostly civilians. That's not really something that we like to do. We're debt collectors, not burglars. Any money you can scavenge off of them goes to us. Anything else you find goes to you. How's that sound?
Allow me to ask the crew. Crew? As Lyre just sort of turns to you, wide-eyed, smiling.
Sorry, it was Sanguine?
So the Sanguine are another one of our
Okay.
ruling gangs in the city.
So they're causing trouble for your gang, correct?
They're stepping on our toes. They're
Right.
not meant to be in this district, and yet they're starting to push into it.
Do you have numbers? How many?
At the moment, it's on and off. The expected push might be maybe a handful. Maybe about your amount, maybe a bit more. Not sure. Might be less. But if you can deal with at least some of them, that'll set an example.
Sounds pretty fair to me.
So you say it's happening to the north in the city?
North of here,
In your district?
in my district.
So, wait till night. Find the graffiti artists / those stealing from your people. Take back the money by whatever means necessary. Bring you the money and we keep whatever else they may have. And
Anything
then,
else on the person goes to you, but this debt needs to be paid, and I need the money for it.
Right. And the Last Drop Tavern's name will be cleared.
Yeah, we'll just call it even.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, if you want.
I'd
Yeah,
also
get a
like to make an inside check as I'm hovering from ground as I'm still being lifted up.
You're still over his shoulder.
Over
Yeah,
it.
go on. Roll me an
Get it,
insight.
girls.
Fine.
Get it, ladies. Read the room.
That
Get
is
it,
a
ladies.
filthy 20.
Oh. So dirty 20 and...
No, it's filthy.
Oh.
Fucking messy.
It's disgustingly.
That's going to be
autistic.
my best roll for this session, and I'm going to only roll for shit. That is a nat 20 plus my inside of 5.
Let's go.
Fucking hell.
God damn.
Okay, so dirty 20 and a 25 nah. Okay.
Kaiden's taking this at face value. Yeah, that sounds good.
So,
It's not that this guy doesn't come across as relatively honest with you, but there's something about him that he doesn't seem happy about this deal. He'll do it and he'll honor it, but he's clearly not happy about it. It seems like he's pretty skint for cash. Maybe there's something that he needs to pay for. You're not sure. Maybe he's in debt. You don't know. But the way that he's acting seems like he was looking for the dollar, and you're not paying up. But this will help. This is at least practical use of you, and he'll appreciate it either way, whether it's what he wants or not. So, do we have a deal?
I personally see no issue. I just want it to be known that this isn't us joining your brigade either.
So you're not recruits.
No. But we could maybe down the line be friends?
Damn.
A
Could
third
have used
party,
you.
if you will.
I prefer the term associates that help each other financially? And she stresses financially from time to time.
Financially, we'll see.
Well, I personally have no issue with the deal. Anyone else?
No.
He offers his hand out to shake someone. So that's Lyre. He offers a hand out to Sinza.
Sinza, and she will shake his hand.
Not Landgrave.
A little too tight.
He offers a hand out to Kaiden.
Yeah. Kaiden. And there's probably a bit of honey still over his hand.
Why is it sticky?
Oh, well, I had honey on it earlier. You know.
He just kind of looks at you like, what? Okay.
He grows on you. Like a mold.
He does. Yeah.
Well, a moss, but yeah.
And he looks up at Kaiden's shoulder, at effectively Ymir's arse and legs hanging in his direction, and kind of motions for you to rotate Kaiden so that he can look at. Like rotates around. It's like shakes Ymir's hand or goes, oh, okay, and kind of shakes your hand. It's again a bit sticky, and Ymir, you've still got bits of moss kind of clinging to your hair. It's kind of half tucked in the collar of some of your armor. It's just sort of like you're just a bit mossy.
Just like holding on.
Your
The moss
name? Us?
Ymir.
Ymir. All right. I'll do my best not to forget that, but if you want,
Won't.
is that a threat?
No. Is it a threat? No, it is not threat. My hands are sticky.
Oh. You've now got
It's
moss
not
on your
moss?
hands that have stuck to the honey on your hand.
Not threat.
Terrible. He tells you that for the time being, you're welcome to sit and rest here if you want to. You're welcome to explore the district, just so long as you don't arouse any suspicion from people you're not supposed to. If you want to go out and have a look around, aka get food elsewhere, you can. But there is the option to eat here. He's been quite welcoming to you, despite what you've heard.
Before we go, Landgrave, remind me. The Sanguines, they wear purple cloaks, was
Purple.
it? Understood.
Would you mind doing me a favor? And she's gonna
Depends
kind
on
of
the
pull the
favour.
map out and lay it on the table. Any places where there's been disturbances, if you could just maybe circle them for us, that way then we have somewhere to start.
He pulls a quill off of the table, kind of dips it in a little bit of ink, and he draws a couple of circles out on your map, of which I will also draw on your map so that you have them there. It seems like they're starting to pull into Stormfall from the Violet District, which is more north of here. And Stormfall is neutral territory, which is fine, but Green Company is starting to push into that area and take it as their own. And they don't seem to like that the Sanguine have gotten the same idea. I've now labelled on your map all the areas of importance that you may need to know about.
While his eyes are down, Sinza's kind of holding the map out so it doesn't roll back up. I would like to just very carefully scan my eyes across his desk, looking for anything of interest. You think that might
Okay.
catch my eye?
Roll me an investigation check.
14.
So as you kind of peer at his desk, you can see a relatively cheap wine bottle that has been emptied, a plate of something. It looked like it was chicken at one point. That he's mostly demolished, and a map that's already on the table, that seems to have sort of like a color-coded outline on it, with sort of arrows pointing in different directions. It seems like this is where he's been sending his scouts. Some of them are stretching across the entire city, like through other districts. So maybe he's not the only one that's overstepping boundaries.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay,
Saucy
yeah, as he kind of finishes drawing his marks, she just kind of winks at him, thanks, Dal, and she kind of rolls the map back up and just puts it in her like cleavage and turns.
Just right down, yep. But yeah, you are free either to leave or to stick around if you'd like. What are you guys up to?
Shall we stay here and enjoy the lovely company, or should we go for a bit of a wander?
Outside of game. Well, outside of, like, player to player, if you will. Do we think we're going to fight people, or are we going to try and be smart about this? Because we should try and rest if we're going to... Yapa, you know?
You can take a short rest if you stay put.
You said it's midday, right, Toby?
Yeah, about that. Or you could long rest. If you wanted to long rest, like, because it'd be 8 hours, and you're leaving in the evening time to go and deal with this.
We basically got up in the morning and then going to bed, though, at, like, midday.
Well, it's not going to bed. We're just...
Or we're just resting for 8 hours. Yeah. Okay.
Would you count shopping as low
rest?
A short rest?
In a sense?
Depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
We can always go back to the last drop if we want. Tell them what's...
I think we kind of want to lay low from the last drop at the moment. There's death and destruction in there.
You've got 4 corpses in there from the last time you were there.
And someone passed out in the alley. Passed out.
Yeah.
God damn it, Kaiden.
if you guys want to lay low here for a bit.
In an alley? Are you kidding me?
I mean, we could find out a bit of information here if we wanted to, if anyone wants to be charming. Ymir.
I would love to be charming.
You're the face of the party, Ymir.
I say we go get curry.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I think we should get some curry.
And then I use my face and gather things with my face.
Like with your teeth?
As long as it is not mouse.
Oh.
So do we want to go get some curry and then come back here? Is that the plan?
Unless they have curry here.
In game.
Curry.
Landgrave.
Landgrave. You have curry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do you have food on hand here, and is it curry?
Not curry tonight.
Okay. Kaiden smelled something phenomenal out on the street, so we might go grab that and then come back. Do you want anything?
He kind of looks at you like,
Do you want some curry?
No, but thank you. That's very generous. Okay.
Okay. You can't get mad if it smells good when we come back.
He just does not seem to know how to respond to that. He's just met you.
All right. More
He doesn't want
curry
curry.
for us.
He's already ordered Greg's.
Fantastic. Yeah. Sweat.
I will-
Let's go get some curry.
I will follow Kaiden's nose anywhere.
Right. Kane's
I
sniffing.
wouldn't.
Wait,
What?
Kaiden's shoulder.
Yeah, probably. Do you want to be put down? Onward! He flips you round so you can point onwards.
Very food motivated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toby, as we pass back through the room with the people in it, can I, or do I be risky? Do I do something stupid?
Do you?
Do you want to do something stupid?
I'll see if I can do it. As we're like passing through the doorway where it's like semi-covered, Lyre's gonna like stretch a little bit and sort of make a quick movement with his hands and cast Detect Magic.
Oh, roll me a sleight of hand.
Does that have verbal components though?
Yeah.
Does
that what the
detect magic
cracking's
have
for?
verbal?
Does cracking your fingers count as verbal?
No.
No.
But I can whisper.
Yeah, you can mutter it, but it's whether or not anyone notices you casting.
Yawns.
Detect magic.
Detect magic.
Yeah, if I can speak in my own language, which they might not know. All right. Sleight of hand was it, Tobes?
Yes, please.
Ooh, only a +1, but I rolled an 18 + 1, 19.
19. You managed to do it without anyone noticing. And as you as it kind of pings out, you get a couple of pings in the room next to you up here.
Interesting.
Something up there has a very faint waft of magic.
Interesting.
Ooh, oh no. Oh.
I'm just casting it in the chat, so it expends the spell slot. So
Yeah.
don't mind me. Apply.
Yum yum. Okay, yeah,
Cool.
so you're getting a couple of pings in that room above you. Other than that, it doesn't seem like very much else has magic on it. Oh wait, no,
one's
how
carrying
far
magical
is it?
items. It
How
is
far away is
a concentrated one action itself, 30-foot radius.
30 feet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, in your current radius, you can only pick up the things in that room.
Okay. That lasts 10 minutes too, so as I track through the building, if anything pings, I want to know.
Okay. So as you move further down, this door is alarmed.
Clever gang.
Ooh, someone's. Whoops.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'm following Kaiden's nose wherever he leads us.
Barging
just
through the
off
door.
like. Kobold skitters out of the way.
Move. I need curry.
So you're all bimbling back off to into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you do so, it doesn't take Kaiden long, I will say that, to find that scent again and start kind of peeling off. You're able to find. Oh wait, there you go. Yeah, you're able to find this sort of little curry stall. That's what I can best describe as being almost like it is a paneer masala that's being sold here. So it's sort of like a cheese curry. There's some peas in it, sort of like pea pods in it. It's got bay leaves. It's very, very kind of spice heavy, but it's quite mild. It just smells fucking incredible. Sold with a side of rice. It's a silver piece for a full meal. And it's just this tiny little gnome sat on a very, very tall stool behind behind this table, and they are cooking out or like at the stall, and they kind of look at you as you are like beelining towards them.
It's like the Terminator 2 run.
Yeah, it's just like oh no. They're like midway through stirring something in this gigantic pot, and they kind of look at you like, oh shit. It's like
sort of tapping kid sort of like shoulder. Don't worry, I got this.
Okay.
Hello. Waves over to presumably using her nose to try and find the source of the smell. She might miss a couple or two, like
Aiming.
Hello. Excuse me, I could not help but find that your food smells quite delicious, and I would like to make. Kate, how many of us are, and how much can you eat?
I could eat a lot, and there's 5 of us, so.
Okay, so excuse me, I apologize. What is your name? Good. What are your pronouns?
They are quite femme presenting, but they say they them, and their name is Maxie, and they've got kind of a curly kind of bush of hair that's been tied back with a big kind of scrunchie, quite pale skin, these bright blue eyes, and they're very small, big ears, with sort of quite comfortable looking like robes on. They're like, how many you want?
Okay. So I can eat one. Kate, it's safe to say that you can eat probably like 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one for Lyre, and the other one for Sinza. And you see her just sort of reach into her pouch. It's like, don't worry, Kate, I'm very good with money. Opens coin, pulls out a gold piece. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, please. She pulls out a gold piece. She is not hiding that she is made from money. It's like,
She takes the kind of the coin off of you and kind of looks it over. This is too much.
You can give me the, what's it called? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Change.
Wait,
I don't
That's
really.
too much. I'm gonna put out a gold piece. Is that enough?
No. I have already taken care.
You see them kind of reaching. You see them reaching out for the gold coin.
I'm just like slapped hand and okay. Sorry.
I am the one who pays. Anyways, can I have my change, please? Hands probably.
They begin to kind of rummage through a little pouch and pull out. Is it 4 silver pieces? And place them on the table. Places it in your hand instead.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And she's gonna hold on to the change as they're making the food.
You watch the little gnome hop off of this gigantic stool and just drop out of sight. Like, you can't see them. They drop below the level of the table and they're just gone. And
They no longer exist.
You can hear this kind of clattering from under the table, and then they kind of skitter round the side, almost like there's like a little tent section, and they start talking. You just hear, "Papa, 6." and a much kind of gruffer voice that goes, 6. Yes, okay. And you can hear like tapping and metal, and it doesn't take longer than maybe about 5 minutes before the gnome is waddling back out with there's like 4 little, almost like little metal bowls of paneer that they kind of place on the table with some trouble because they're all kind of stacked on top of each other. Place them on the table. You go, enjoy. Family recipe.
Thank you.
Good. You come back and get some more, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And they kind of scramble back up onto their stool. It's like almost like they're having to climb. It looks like they're trying to climb a ladder trying to get onto this thing because they are absolutely weenie. They are like maybe about 3 foot tall. Quite young, it seems. Sinza, sorry.
You're fine. While we're kind of waiting for our food, I think maybe Sinza and Lyre are standing like a little bit back while these two are ordering and trying to work out how money works. Sinza kind of like just leans down a little bit, kind of maybe getting a little bit too close to Lyre. It's just like, Lyre, sweetheart, darling, you gorgeous man. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Before in the alley, how did you spot the guy who led us there? I didn't see him.
Oh, I looked.
Right. Interesting.
It's kind of how you see things.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I didn't pick up on anything, so I'm just surprised.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there something else you wish to say, or?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off as like an offensive way. I was just curious how you managed to see him.
Yeah, I mean, he was ducking behind an alley, and I just looked at the right time, I guess.
Does he seem nervous at all, or is he fairly like fine in his wording?
He's fine.
Okay.
You asked him how he saw someone.
Confused.
So, how did you see a person?
Do you mean how did he get the person's attention? Is that what you mean to say?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without saying anything, you managed to get this person's attention.
Oh, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm with you now. Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah. You mean, how did I know to follow and whatnot?
Sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just curious is all.
No, that's fine. I have the ability to speak into people's minds.
Oh.
I noticed our friend, sort of keeping an eye on us, and I was curious.
Is that to do with your magic that you mentioned earlier?
Yes, it's to do with, what is? And he holds up his grimoire.
Interesting. I don't. Sorry, I hope you don't mind me. I'm very curious. Is this how you learn your magic, your spells and things?
Yes. Have you ever heard of grimoires? Do you know much about them?
I'm just gonna say no.
That is fine. So, to put simply, I guess, people who are self-taught when it comes to magic, in my capability, is all spells and all arcane knowledge is kept within a grimoire, and we use it for reference to cast our magic, using specific glyphs and whatnot.
So it's a way of spellcasting. There's so many different. The way that Kaiden casts is also interesting. It's not so much pulled from paper or ink. It's through a feeling.
Okay.
So I guess it's just interesting to me the different ways that people spellcast, I guess.
Yes. This specific way is taught within my village. So,
Oh, your village.
yes.
Are you all magic touch there?
No. It's sort of a old school kind of place. Only those of noble blood really get handed grimoires.
I think she pauses a little bit, kind of like running the words in the tone that you've used. Is that a bad thing?
It is a biased thing. I feel like many people are not given the opportunity to prove their worth. So some take it into their own hands. And it doesn't always end well.
I can imagine. So if you're a spellcaster from this village, then you must be of noble blood.
I am not.
Oh.
No. My family is of modern society. Nothing too special, but not under the pressure of taxes, if you will. But I thought it unfair to not be given the opportunity, so as a opportunist myself, I took it. And it took a lot of time. And many failures, but I did it.
You said, I hope you don't mind me prying. You said, in the tavern you got your magic a year ago?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you don't mind me prying. I'm just curious. Spellcasting is something new to my knowledge, so just trying to wrap my head around it a little bit.
Not blood magic, though. That's pretty straightforward with you.
How loudly are you saying that?
He's talking normally.
Okay.
You see, almost like stunned expression falls upon her face, and she kind of like just leans back a little bit, and her eye twitches. What do you mean, blood magic?
Well, in the tavern, you did a...
Wouldn't call that magic.
You'd be surprised. I'll find you a book, if you'd like.
This may be a... Do you think magic has morals, like in the way that we use it?
oh, that is a question. And you sort of see a very interesting shift in Lyre. Magic is elegant. It is chaotic. It is beautiful, but it is evil. The only morals it has is to survive. Those who use it. That is where the moral dilemma comes in. We all have our reasons for using magic. And depending on the determination and goal, it all varies.
What is your goal? Everyone has a goal, right?
Yes.
People who fall into power.
Mine is to fulfill a legacy within my village. And until I'm confident that I can do it, that is my secret to keep.
I can respect your secrets. I appreciate you answering my questions.
Of course.
You're both handed a bowl of curry.
Yes!
By the gnome?
By whoever's distributing. I assume Kaiden's just taking his
Kaiden.
3 and is snarfing it.
Oh, they're
so
gone.
Yeah,
They're
probably the gnome. Oh, they're gone already.
He's drunk it. Like
Yeah, the gnome will have given it to you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Are you staying out in the street? Are you heading back to Green Company? What are you doing? You're munching your curry. / looking at the empty bowls, sadly. Yeah, Ymir?
Ymir's just gonna be, well, not noticing that Kate has finished his food. Ymir's just like slowly eating from her bowl, still over Kate's shoulder. She's kind of like a cat at this point. It's like, hey, Kate.
Yeah.
You travel a lot, right?
Yeah, I'll travel a lot.
Have you like ever met other Asmoths?
Oh yeah, lots.
What do you think of them?
I think I have a lot of trouble seeing most of the time. But they're pretty nice. I mean, there's one in Karvik I know. They help patch me up when I'm kind of hurt. So, why'd you ask?
I don't really hang out with my kind. Not because for any particular reason, but it's kind of like sad for me. I don't like getting attached to other Asmoth because we die pretty fast. And I can't let attachments get in the way of my research, so. I also find it fascinating to be around people that live longer lives. I suppose it's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm envious of that and stuff. Sorry, that was a weird ask. My bad.
Is that why you don't have a dom hand?
She continues eating. Don't worry about it.
You're not gonna answer. Well,
she says, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. You're basically like a dumb hand, but like you're harder to kill."
Right.
Don't worry. If you get hurt, I'll just do
Like,
the thing and.
But
like that.
I don't spend much time with my people either. But
why?
We had some issues when I was there, and a lot of them didn't want me around.
Wow. If it means
but I think
anything.
pushing people away, it's kind of sad. We could all die tomorrow, and your research won't change.
Well, I mean, I'm not pushing you away. In fact, I think it's pretty hard to push you away. You're like all...
You can't push me
You're
away.
like a
no.
mountain. Like, lightly slap, like...
Yeah.
And look. She's trying to, like, you can see that she's trying to change the subject pretty quickly as she's, like, shoveling more food into her mouth, more than she can handle. Look at this way. I want you around. I don't care what you are, or, like, even if you put moss on me and it's disgusting and you have sticky honey.
Moss is not disgusting. It has healing
Okay.
properties.
Okay, well, yeah, I have healing properties too. Babada-beep, babada-boo. She slaps you again, like gently wraps, like, your muscles. Like, don't worry about it. And listen. I'm sorry what happened with your people, but don't worry. Ymir has got you. Please don't drop me.
I will try not to drop you.
I will remember that.
Okay.
She like sort of turns her head over to where she thinks the party might be, and being awfully quiet. Like you know when someone is like locked in and focusing on something, they're being
Locking in.
quiet. Yeah, let's stare at them.
Do you want to stay on the shoulder, or like?
Yes, this is
Oh.
my castle.
Have
Do
you
I see them
finished your
staring
curry?
at us?
Yes, yes.
But
No.
Ymir, you're not quite staring at them, you're staring in their direction. So you just
Oh,
see these
just
almost
slightly
like buggy
change.
eyes just kind of looking somewhere in your direction. You can't tell if she's looking at you.
I'll slightly change
Yes.
direction to get them to look directly.
Just
I'm just showing like very slight changes.
Yes. Wait. One more thing. Lyre, can you come here for a second, please?
Of course. Lyre will walk over.
She takes the change from before. I don't like to keep extra metals that I don't need. Can you take this? They keep on handing me this stuff after I give them money. She drops the 4 silver coins in your
Is this in
hand.
front
Thank
of the
you.
gnome?
Sure. I mean, how could I say no? You don't need these petty metals.
No, I don't. I only carry gold pieces. She says casually.
How much silver was that?
4.
Bet.
4 silver.
I'll take it.
Someone who has no concept of money, and someone who has no concept of money but a fuckload of it. Great.
Kaiden also only has gold pieces because he's only got 3.
Doesn't know how to spend them.
Right.
Nope.
Shall we go back to where we came from, or do we want to spend the day in the city and just watch the sights?
Let's.
Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry.
Let's I don't know. We could keep an eye out. We could. See, they did that. We could keep an ear out and you know, walk around. Does anyone need to take care of any like? What is it term? Window shopping, but not actually buying windows.
We can go see what's around if we'd like.
Yes, and while you do that, Ymir's gonna try and move closer as of trying to be hushed. And then we can keep an eye on the sanguinis.
Sanguine.
Yes, that is the word that I am using. I meant to say that.
Okay. Then shall we leave?
Okay.
Okay. After you.
Okay, so you guys are heading. Yes, fantastic. So which direction in the city are you traveling into?
To the market. I want to
To
check
the
out the
market.
pretty things.
You want to go to the trade district?
Yes.
Us
Okay.
with clothes shopping.
Cloud shopping.
Because Kaiden is half naked.
I need to get this man a coat. His nips are showing.
His nips are always showing.
His nips are forever on show.
This is why I had full body art. It's like you need to know he's half naked at all
Oh
times.
my fucking god.
He literally just has his pauldron and straps.
It's just women fanning themselves in the street like, oh, look at this guy's nips out. How scandalous.
No.
The scandal.
Okay.
Scandal.
So you
I'll
begin
press
to
that
head
button.
further into the city. It takes you a little while to get to the trade district, but you're traveling back through Stormfall. The closer to the trade district you get, the more hectic the city gets. It's almost as if it gets more crowded. There are stalls on either side of the street. There's stalls down the center of the street. It's just like you are constantly bumping into strangers.
Oh, I have anxiety. This is disgusting.
It is busy, and there's not enough sort of room for you to get out of the way, really, unless you're pressed up against one of the buildings or you're going down one of the alleyways. What are you guys looking for in particular? Yeah.
Ymir's just going to be keeping an ear out for anything particular mention of sanguine or something of that. At the same time, I'd like to see. No, because she wouldn't know. Just hearing
Just listening. Okay, roll me a
as
perception
best as
check.
she can.
Perception check, Jade.
Oh, perception.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
I'd say just a flat one because it's a hearing one.
No. It's an 11.
You are just hearing sound from all directions. With this concentration of people as well, it's difficult for you to focus because you're not just seeing the shadows, you're seeing people walking around with these shadows. You're seeing dotted spirits around this area, and it's more than you're used to. You've been on the road alone for quite a while, and this is more folks than you're comfortable being around, especially a lot of strangers.
Gotcha.
So it's difficult for you to tell who's talking about what. It just sounds like noise to you.
Okay.
Kaiden.
Is Ymir still on Kate's shoulder? We just keeping Ymir on the shoulder. Just so I know that wherever I'm going, Ymir is on the shoulder.
I'm not going anywhere, buddy.
Okay,
Right
cool.
there.
Just wanted to confirm that.
She is tiny compared to you, so it's,
Yeah.
even though she's wearing armor, it's practically fucking weightless.
It's like carrying a couple of grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I weigh anything?
Do I
to
weigh
you?
anything to you?
Would there be anything that, like, I don't know, stands out to Kaiden that might interest him in the area? Because he's probably hasn't been anywhere this busy and is a bit overwhelmed. And
Roll me a perception check, please.
perception, it's a 16.
16. So as you're kind of making your way through the trade district, you do catch sight of something that throws you off a little. It seems almost like a stall that's selling furs, bones, a variety of sort of poachers sort of things. And you recognize the colors. You recognize the sort of like, it's like a gray, a sort of a yellow-gray tone with a red streak across the bottom of it. You've seen these colors before in the dry green.
And they're just selling it just casually.
Yeah, selling sort of horns, teeth, things that you generally get from a hunt that isn't the meat that is being sold here.
Is there any creatures or animals that I could, like, recognize from the parts? Like, is this like an endangered animal or something, or something that shouldn't be there?
There's a few that you know are not good to be selling, especially like one section of their stall has sort of like, it's almost like a bowl that arranged quite neatly is a series of scales that are from a species of very small wyvern that is only really seen in the Dry Green, and they are quite endangered. And they are selling them for an extortionate price.
Can I make, like, a wisdom save just to see if he keeps his cool? Because he knows he's in a big area and he's with people. Like, he knows he can get into trouble at this point.
Yeah, make me a wisdom save.
Okay. What's my...
It's a nat 1. Okay.
Nat 1.
I need you to roll on your wild magic out of combat table, please.
Okay.
Bitch!
Out of
I'm
combat.
on you!
He is the best dumb man you're gonna get. Let's just. Does that roll it? There we go.
You have advantage on perception checks for the next minute as you're stricken with like almost like a paranoia.
Okay.
Ymir, as you're on his shoulder, you feel this surge suddenly like pass through you, as it just emanates from Kaiden. You see this sort of like flicker of pink light that surprisingly you can see in your vision, as it kind of warps through and passes this wave over you. And you feel Kaiden underneath you tense. All of his muscles just suddenly get very, very tense.
Hey, seriously, tap. What's going
Yeah.
on? What's wrong? You're doing your muscles, your frame. It is doing the tense thingy, my boy. What? Why? Question. What? Oh? So we're just trying to figure what's going on. As again, like a cat, she's like, oh, something is wrong. This the space has changed. What's going on?
He's gonna. Because I can't see. Over to the. And kind of just like direct her in the direction where they are, so that she can kind of understand the direction they're saying it. Animal parts and poachers that shouldn't be here.
Oh,
Ticks me off a little bit.
I'm so sorry. Well, I don't always say this, but Kate, wherever you go, I go. Not like I have a choice or anything. She's gripping onto you tightly. Don't drop me.
This is probably why I have not flipped out yet.
Listen, whatever you want to do, if they're poaching, say Ymir, just make your face and say if something were to happen. Listen, I got your back. Taps your chest. Shit.
All Kaiden needs to hit. Is there like an alley he can try and like go to the side and like just basically drag whoever's there into the alley?
Okay, so before this happens, I'd say that Sinza and Lyre, you also saw this spark of pink.
They'd probably
Just
pick
suddenly.
up very easily. Sinza's seen him freak out like this over stuff.
Yeah.
Sinza moves in front of him and grips his shoulders as a kind of like grounding, and just kind of like shakes him a little, just like meeting your eye, like breathe, big man.
Lyre, can you roll me an Arcana check, please?
Should I make a roll to like calm down?
I can.
You can if you'd like to. Roll me a d20. You're aiming for 13.
That's a nat 20.
Ah, okay.
17.
17. Lyre, you've not seen it, but you've read about it. This is one of the purest forms of raw magic. This is wild magic at its finest, and you're just seeing a spark, only a spark, and that's it. But just seeing enough is like, oh shit, it's almost like watching somebody light a fuse. You don't know how far down that fuse is going to get.
Kaiden,
You're beginning to calm down, Kaiden, as you're getting the grounding.
Yeah.
I need you to take a second to look around at where you are.
Yeah.
Do you see all these people?
Yeah.
This isn't your forests.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry I brought you here.
So, would have been here regardless.
Are you okay?
As I can be.
Okay. She's gonna very slowly kind of try to turn him away from it, to just so he's not focused on it. I'm looking for a supply shop, a very commonly passed through supply shop. Can I see anything in my vicinity?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Damn. That is a 18.
18. Just down the road, you can see one that's got like hanging silks, mostly sort of greens, yellows, and those sorts of colours, with a very friendly looking old human man sat behind it with a variety of sort of common items that are strewn about.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna kind of hook her arm into Kaiden's and look back to Lyre with like a, come on, like let's move. And she's gonna try and lead the party towards that, away from this butcher's hut.
Okay. Are you all kind of heading off away from that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you all begin to move down the road, and it's not long before that stall is covered by the streaks of people that are moving down this street. You lose sight of it pretty quickly. And as you pull up to this little this little stand of wares, the old man kind of gives you a big smile and kind of has to look under some of the silks to look up at you.
Yes, hello. Hi, hello. Do
Hello,
you see
darling,
something
how
you
are you?
like? Would you like to buy things? I have many things.
Is there anything that catches my eye? Something shiny?
He has a couple of gemstones that are kind of sat out on one side. There's an amethyst, a citrine, a jet, a blue spinel, and they're all kind of laid out. There's a few sort of vague, basic items like some daggers. There's some leather workers' tools, a sickle, a little whistle, and a couple of scrolls, and a bottle of some kind of oil sat on the side.
She's gonna, I think, very like not stepping my pistol. She's just gonna put the jet in her palm and kind of like run it over in her hand. Actually, wonder if you can help me with something.
Oh, yes, of course.
I seem to have lost my group a couple weeks back. We go by the name of the Kindred of Ash. Yeah, they haven't passed through here at all, have they?
It does not ring many bells. Kindred of Ash.
He seems to think for a moment.
No, it doesn't. No, I don't. I'm not sure. No, I'm sorry, dear.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just asking around at the moment. It's fine. How much for the jet?
That is 60 gold pieces.
I think I'm gonna pass for the time being, but thank you for your hospitality.
That's all right. Yes, well, I have other things.
And he kind of waves them out.
Lyre's gonna be like vigorously writing in his grimoire.
Okay. Yeah, you may.
Can I do another perception check since we moved to another area to see if I can try and find anything in regards to Sanguine? Anything that might interest Ymir at all? Just using perception.
Okay. Yeah, roll me another perception check.
Dirty 20.
D20. So, as you're kind of hanging over Kaiden's shoulder and peering, like using your very sensitive hearing in this place, you're kind of trying to focus in on certain conversations as they pass by you. You notice one of the spirits that you can see is a young woman of elven heritage with sort of like short ears. You'd assume half elven, and she's looking at you and pointing in a direction. And as you're kind of like looking at her, you kind of follow her eyesight. You see two figures, and you overhear a short conversation. They're both stood on the far end of the street, and they seem to be talking amongst themselves and looking at something on one of the walls. You hear, "I've heard they've been passing through this area recently. We should probably just stay at home for a while." And the other figure is just like, "Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it's fine." Like, they don't tend to really interrupt this sort of, like, the trade district's fine, right? Just no. If they come in here, then we could be in danger. We should probably just lay low. I've heard that like Manny has been having trouble along the borders as well. And they're just sort of talking to each other and pointing at something on the wall that you can't see.
I will relay this to the party in a sort of hushed voice. They're just like, "There's something going on over there."
Kaiden just looks full body turn, looks in that direction.
There's something going. Shit, there's something going.
Losing track.
Did you want to go have a look?
Yes. Awesome.
Casually, Kaiden, casually, just stroll casually.
Okay. So are you
Casually?
kind of very casually making your way?
Cast guidance.
Cast guidance.
Still gripping guidance. No way.
I'd say Kaiden, because you're on the tail end of your wild magic surge. I'll let you roll perception with advantage if you want to. You can cap in on what she's pointing out to you.
Would you give?
Are your rolls really that bad?
No.
And it's a 2 and a 3. I'm just checking my pluses. Not that it's going to make a difference.
Fuck.
7.
7. You're still somewhat kind of hazy from the come down of this magic. It's a headache.
The alertness is focused elsewhere.
Yeah. You're kind of trying to figure out where she's talking about, and it just looks like lots of people. But Ymir is pointing it out or pointing in that direction.
Do I spy like a graffiti mark on the wall?
If you're moving over there, the two figures that were talking seem to have left in quite a hurry. It seems like they've seen this mark and it's freaked them out and they've wanted to go home. And you are... You can see this mark appear on the wall.
Oh, that's so cool, Tobes.
It is drawn in sort of a purple, almost like chalk, that is on pasted on the wooden side of this building. It seems to be done quite quickly, but it's quite clear as to what it is.
Does it ring any bells at all?
Given the color, you'd assume it's probably something to do with the Violet District. It's probably something to do with Sanguine.
Yeah. She kind of leans her head over to Kaiden. I think we might have found our first clue.
The circles?
Yeah, Detective Kaiden. What do your keen eyes spy?
Not much.
Mr. 2 on
Are
perception.
they also?
She
Are they
kinda-
also
she
going to be
reaches
wearing
up.
purple?
She
Are they
reaches
also
up
wearing-
and just turns his head towards the symbols on the wall, and she like points at her eyes, and she's like, "There,
Right.
do you see it?"
So are they going to be wearing this, or do you think
This
they're
like
wearing
a
like purple,
sigil.
like the green?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the green company were wearing symbols, so it's a very high possibility they may be wearing purple.
So we find anyone with purple, and
I mean,
Right.
purple's a primary. No, it's not a primary color, but it's a color that a lot of people wear. So I wouldn't be just decking people in the street.
so anyone with purple and circles on them, we
Anyone with the
Right.
sigil,
yeah,
if we
the
just,
circles.
if maybe we have like a casual conversation first and be like,
Right.
"Hey, like what's going on here?" And then we can talk
And
about
then we
we can talk
yeah.
about it.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on the shoulder as well.
She's like, she's not she's seeing this, but she's also hearing this. Like, we're going on. It's like, what the fuck? What?
Okay. It's strange that they're sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. It's not within the markings that were marked for us. It's further in.
This is much further in, yeah.
Yeah.
So should we go find the one that's further in?
Or maybe we should check the areas that were marked for us on the map as well.
Yeah. And like, we're supposed to keep this quiet. So I could stay in an alley and thorn whip. And
So you know how
pull 'em in.
when we were in the room with the leader guy from the Green Company, we spoke about
Yeah.
doing this in a quiet manner. So maybe like at nighttime.
Yeah, but
So
what if there's
so-
still people out at night?
we can be discreet.
That I see. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we scout the area first, see if there's more of these markings in the areas that were marked for us, and then we can maybe pinpoint a few people that are spreading these marks around.
Okay, yeah. No, that sounds good.
Lyre, you look very concentrated there, darling. What's going on? Lyre. Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
Are you okay?
I am very good. What are we doing?
Can I
she kind
insight check that?
That's even weird for me. Can I insight as well?
Is it okay? Can we? Maybe. May I?
I mean, I get Toby. What would you say?
Are you hiding something?
No, he just looks very excited.
Then that's what they see. If you want to do an insight check into that, you can, but I usually leave that to the players as to what they can see based on that roll.
You can roll if you'd like. I'll take and go on if you roll. I'll see.
I would like to see why you are so why your face is.
That's a 16 for me.
That's 22.
Are you rolling lab or are you good?
No, I'm okay for the time
I know
being.
what
Thank you,
you're
though.
about.
You sort of see he's curious. He's excited but confused. He has an idea and he's pondering it. That's sort of what you're pulling from him.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna like nod and like I trust. She's gonna trust this.
So we found a clue, I think. Hoping for your opinion. Do you think we should rest for a bit and then push further, or?
A rest would be good.
Yeah, I could use a rest. Maybe if we head back to the Green Company, she kind of keeps her voice harsh as she's speaking, to their outpost, have a rest, and then head out at nightfall to do some more investigating.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to Green Company. Okay. It does take you quite a while to walk back. By the time you get back to their outpost, you're looking at maybe about 4 in the evening. Or 4 in the afternoon. So if you wanted to take a long rest, you'd be long resting until midnight. And then heading out at midnight.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Do they... Sorry, you got laugh.
When we get back there, are the people that were there before still in that room, or are they all kind of dispersed?
Give me a second and you'll find out.
You're fine.
We just click on the button for long rest, right? And that's it.
Yes, yeah, it's just a button. So there are other doors you can go through. There's a door here. There is a door here.
They're gone. No.
Gone.
You've been effectively given mostly free access of the Green Company hideout. It doesn't seem like a particularly big place.
Is the kobold still there?
Kobold's still there. He sat on a little chair, and he kind of looks at you as you walk in with these big old eyes.
Oh, two can play that game.
Kaiden and Ymir just...
Sinza finds a spot against a wall and leans against it, sitting down.
Why are you looking at me?
Do I see anything around him with my Asimov eyes?
You see another kobold.
Oh no!
With sort of these red scales. And he's sat on the floor and kind of poking at the floor. And he kind of looks up at you as you're looking at him. And you see the little kobold spirit kind of scowl.
You okay, Ymir?
Hi there. What's your name?
Mine? My name?
Yeah, is it by chance Splat or something?
My name's Spud.
Spud.
Potato.
Shit. Hey, Spud. Do you by chance have someone that you care about?
What kind of question is that?
She's like clearly looking at the guy right next to him, and she's making obvious. Just asking for a friend.
Yes, I have a brother.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Why?
You know what happened to this brother?
He was at a tavern last time I heard.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully, this brother of yours, he was a terrible person, right?
What? No! What are you talking about?
I'm just curious. He is a good person, right? Not like a supportive. What was he to you? Conflicted.
What kind of line of questioning is this? This is really weird.
Is this the one that was sleeping on the bench?
I am a very eccentric. I'm just a little girl in the big city that's trying to make sense of things. I'm just curious, you know. I have a siblings too, so I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've also got siblings.
You know, yeah, I love my brother.
Oh, I hope your brother's all right. Hope you see him soon. Like, I know what it's like missing your siblings and that.
He's about to join the Green Company. It's gonna be good.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I'll he comes by soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm being tapped to move. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Don't mind what I'm about to do. I think I saw a fly. She's gonna look over to where the spirit is and just like. No, I was looking at him. Sorry, I saw a fly.
You see the kobold, like the spirit, look at you and just put up his middle finger, and that's it.
Bye, Splat. I mean, Splat. Sorry. I saw a fly. She's gonna go back inside. Close the door.
Closes the door.
Lyre.
While we long rest, can Lyre ask any of these people in the room if they have a library he could have access to?
There is no one else other than the guy that you came in with in the room. Currently, it seems like the place is emptied out, or they've gone out on a something, whatever. They've been assigned to something. But the guy that you had followed here to begin with, the ginger sort of human man,
Yes,
is currently rummaging through one of the boxes by the far wall, and looks up as you walk in. Huh. It's you. Hi.
Hello.
That's
How are you?
That's ominous. Hi. I'm good. Wasn't expecting you to come back.
No, Landgrave said we could rest until we went out on our mission.
Oh,
Do you
right,
have a
right,
library here?
Library.
Collection of books of sorts.
I mean, Landgrave's got a couple, but not really here.
Okay.
There's a library in the city.
No, not now. I need to rest. I was hoping you had some on hand. That's fine. It's okay.
I mean, I can ask if.
Yes, do that.
What information is there?
Anything on magic?
Ooh, and he kind of walks in, knocks briefly on the door. You can hear Landgrave go, "Yep, come in," and he sort of walks in. You can distantly hear them chattering. Sinza, from where you're kind of leaning up against the wall, through the wall you can hear talking. So on this side of the wall.
Sinza kind of like half like leans her head back up against the wall, kind of pretending she's sleeping, and I will try and listen to the conversation if possible.
Roll me a perception check.
Say yes, gossip girl.
Would they say in?
15.
So you can hear quite a soft feminine voice. It's very muffled, and a very gritty kind of heftier tone as the two of them are talking. You can vaguely hear the woman speaking, just sort of. So, I heard that There was a push of the Violet district into our own. Yeah, so I've been going out with the scouts mostly up north, and they're starting to like creep in around the northern territory, but I've heard that they're pushing elsewhere as well. It ain't just towards us. Amber's having a bit of trouble as well. And you kind of hear her humming for a moment. I'll see what I can do, but I'm not really built for being on the front lines, you know. Scrying isn't really in my repertoire just yet, but I'm working on it. You should probably hurry up with that, because it'd be really, really helpful. Do you know how hard it is to learn magic? No. And they're kind of chatting away. You gather that that's some kind of communal space through the wall. Because it's not just them you can hear, but that's the conversation that you peel in on.
There was a door that we saw on the way in, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can I make a general assumption that they're talking about the sanguine?
Yeah, you can, yeah. I might let Lyre do what Lyre wants to do, and then you can come back to me. Okay. So the human man kind of bimbles back over to Lyre, shakes his head and said, if there's anything you need to know about magic, you're going to want to go to the library in the Amber District.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, we got like lots of maps and stuff like that, but we're not really...
Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of skedaddles away back into his corner and sort of starts rummaging back through one of the boxes.
I think I'm gonna leave it for the time being. But Sinza will kind of just like she sat with her knees kind of pulled up with her axe in her like lap, and she looks to Kaiden and kind of like gestures with her fingers for him to like come over.
Okay. Yeah.
How you doing, big man?
Better now.
That's good. Big city.
Lots more difficult than the forests.
Just out of character, would Kaiden have told Sinza anything about poachers or anything like that? Something maybe he was chasing in their time spent together?
Probably briefly. He's probably mentioned because, like, a lot of his upbringing, he's gone after poachers when they've been in his area, or anything he's heard, he's literally just gone and hunted them down, like they do to animals. So it does really integrate him.
Yeah, she kind of like taps the floor like next to her, for you to like come and take a seat.
Ymir's still on his back.
I'm pretty sure she probably would have just gotten off by now, just so you can have your own space.
Just to confirm.
I haven't been in a city this big in a while. It's almost caught me off guard a little bit.
You've been in cities like this before?
Possibly. Maybe. Something about it seems familiar.
You don't remember?
So, the poachers that we saw, was there something that set you off?
It's just seeing, like, endangered animals that shouldn't be there. You know, they're clearly going after animals that need protection.
Very noble of you.
They upset the balance of things, and then if that happens, everything falls apart. Cities included.
You remind me a lot of a friend that I had in the village I grew up in. It's very, very noble, very with nature, we'll call it.
Hmm. What was her name?
Damius.
It's a good name.
Yeah, I owe that man too much.
Like money?
No, just let's call it a life for a life.
Oh. Oh. Is he
What do you mean?
with us?
No,
anymore?
no, he's very much alive. Oh, from
Oh,
the last
right.
time I spoke to him, he was alive. So I hope nothing's happened to him. Maybe I should ask. Maybe I should ask
Oh.
about that.
Yeah, maybe check up on that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's fine. He's very capable, very capable old man. But yeah, I just wanted to if something like that happens again, would you need me to kind of like a come to gods kind of moment, just kind of snap you out of it?
Yeah, I can't always control it. It's something that sets me off. And sometimes the magic just happens. You're right, I'm not in my forest, and I could have very easily gotten people hurt if it went wrong.
To be kind, I wouldn't have let that happen.
Well, depends what the magic does.
Are you questioning my strength right now, Kaiden?
I'm questioning if you can fight like a big explosion, or
Oh.
like.
I don't know. We can
Can you
test
fight an explosion?
it. I don't know. Maybe we should find out at some point.
Okay, yeah, we can try that.
Anyway, I'm gonna try and get some rest, but just so you know, I've got you back, okay? You're helping me out.
Yeah,
Best I can do is help you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. We'll find you, the 𝘞𝘬𝘭𝘮.
I hope so.
Are you guys just spending your long rest here? Okay.
Yeah.
So the next 8 hours ticks away. After maybe about 2 hours, you see Spud kind of point his head around the corner. Like,
Do you want some chairs?
Sinza is sleeping.
Yeah,
Yes!
probably just asleep against the wall.
Huh?
Chairs.
No.
There's a fireplace in the other room. If you want it.
What room?
In the mess hall.
There's a mess hall?
Yeah.
What are we sleeping on the floor for?
Oh, I can't remember.
You know when
We
you,
didn't have
you
another-
wake, you know how when you wake up and you have like a deep voice. This is
No.
Ymir right now. As Ymir wakes up, yes, I would like chair. I mean, yes, I would like a chair.
Why don't we go in the mess hall then, if that's where we're supposed to be sleeping?
Yeah.
Lyre. Hi. How are you?
That's something.
Hi.
That's all. My bad.
We're gonna go in the mess hall to sleep. Are you gonna sleep? Would you like to join us?
No, I slept last night, but I'll join you in the mess hall. A table would be nice.
Yeah, you've just been riding on your knee for the past 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the mess hall.
Right. All right then.
very loud
Is that
familiar.
turn up or Isaac?
Let's turn it. Yeah, let's turn it.
Yeah, definitely turn up.
Yeah.
My door
Kaden's
is
just gonna
open.
lay out on a carpet next to the fireplace, just splat
Aww.
on his back.
Spud skedaddles back to his post. Yeah, you're now at least in a room with a table, so you're not trying to do things on the floor, or you can take a seat. There's a goblin that is asleep against the wall, snoring, with a few tankards sprawled about around him. It seems like he's been drinking quite a bit. There's a very dark-skinned sort of elven woman with beautifully white silver hair that's been braided and tied back into a large bun on the back of her head, and a very hefty-looking half-orc with sort of quite intense-looking like metal and leather armor, who seems to be making his way through a pitcher and drinking out of the pitcher instead of a tankard. But the two of them seem to stop their conversation as you walk into the room. And the young woman kind of turns back to a book that is sat on the table in front of her and begins to write something.
Lyre will take a seat and just start reading over his notes. He's stopped writing now, but bless you, he is still very distracted is the word I'll use.
And Kaiden's snoozing.
He's just sprawled out on his back, fast asleep.
That's about right.
You belly rub.
He's
He'll
got a
start
fuzzy
kicking his leg
tongue.
like a dog if he did that.
Since it just kind of takes a seat at the table, she kind of like leans back, the chair kind of like on the two back legs, just with her arms like behind her head. She just kind of like looks across at like the two figures, just kind of watching them closely.
The half-orc is drinking out of the carafe in front of him and watching you quite closely. He
Drinking
doesn't
anything
say
good?
much. Ale?
Can I have one?
Yeah, right. And he'll pull over a tankard. You don't know if it's used. As he just kind of pours into the tankard and slides it across the table to you.
She catches it and like starts drinking from it. Is it any good?
No, it tastes like ass water. It's cheap ale.
It's from the swamp.
Interesting choice of beverage you guys have.
Does the job though, doesn't it?
I mean, whatever does the job, am I right?
And he's
long
already
you guys
seems
been-
to be kind of
fair.
drunk as well.
Amazing. How long you guys been with the Green Company for?
Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh no, another one who can't count.
A while.
A while.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
She kinda
you
took-
hear the woman next to you go, he's been with you for 6 years.
She kind of tilts her head lazily over to look at her. Just kind of takes her in. How about yourself?
I've only been here for 3, but I'm doing my best to advance, I suppose.
You're enjoying it?
It pays the bills.
Whatever pays the bills, I guess.
She seems to be quite focused on her book. You can tell by what she's wearing. She's wearing almost like similar garments to Lyre.
What you reading?
Studying, mostly. I'm
Magic stuff?
a wizard, yes.
A wizard?
Yes.
You should talk to my friend Lyre over there. He seems pretty magic touched as well.
She kind of looks up and over the table and looks in Lyre's direction. Ah. Okay. She kind of frowns a little as she's sort of taking him in.
He's generally a great conversationalist, but he's stuck on something.
Maybe I can help. Is he, What school of magic are you? Sorry.
What?
What school of magic do you study?
Scribe.
Oh, I see. And she suddenly seems a little more interested in Lyre, as she's kind of leaning a little further over the table. So what sort of magic can you do?
All kinds.
All kinds.
Yes.
Not just one school?
It varies. Can I help you?
Color me curious.
Ah. I'm busy. And he kind of just goes back to his book.
Quite the conversationalist, as you said.
Don't mind him, sweetheart. He's just got his head stuck in a book.
She kind of looks in Ymir's direction. What do you want? Ymir, sorry.
Do I see anything behind this lady?
The lady?
Led there.
Do I see anything?
Not with this woman, no.
Damn. Tough crowd. Okay. So look. She's gonna say something stupid like, bills. That is like something you guys have to pay for, right?
The what, sorry?
You said whatever pays the bills, so that's like,
Yes.
I've
What do
never
you
heard
mean?
of
What-
bills before. No? I'm also, you're a scholar too? You study magic?
I do, yes.
I did study for a time, and I'm actually still studying now. Who's that?
Small children screaming.
Oh, it's the ghosts in my head.
Dex, I think that's you, darling.
I'm actually, I did studies out of world.
On the ring. And she kind of like looks at you. How could you afford that? I'm not saying that you would not have the money to afford it. I've never met somebody who's actually had the funds to even get to the ring.
Well, my parents are sort of a big deal. Not that I care. They didn't really talk much to me as a child, so as soon as I was able to understand the basic common sense and knowledge, they sent me off, and that was it.
I'm currently
What is-
saving up to go to the ring, so
What are you hoping to learn?
I am an evocation wizard. So I want to learn more of that.
Evocation. I've known a couple. I think you are going to do great things. You know, I don't quite understand the circumstances of why you are here, but if it has anything to do with these... And she tries to be understanding, but the rich girl comes out, what these ills are. But, hey, whatever you need to do.
You can tell, like, the rest of you who are paying attention to this conversation, you can tell this woman is very aware that Ymir's come from money. And is kind of like pouting, but it's an expression that Ymir cannot see. So it's more so like she seems like, you're one of those fucking people, okay.
Anyways, then I was on my fucking yacht, right? She has no idea. It's like, how How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
32.
And
a
is she-
young
am I-
elf. I get bullied for it quite a bit.
I envy you.
In what
I really
way?
do. Well, I have access to knowledge, but I only have so much time to study it. Asmoth don't live long. And I know that I am a bit different than most people. And I hope that you're able to study to your heart's content as much as you can with all the time that you have.
Surely having less time makes your research more precious.
I wish I had that perspective. But the way I see my life is like an hourglass. Yes, I could probably do things like live my life to the fullest. But I want more. And I suppose that is why I'm here, like you. You are trying to make the best of your situation. I'm doing the same thing.
Whatever pays the bills.
Yes, like that. Special. And Ymir is very obviously. What the fuck? You go. I was like,
I think Isaac's attacking his feet. Or at
The
least
ghosts again active.
or is knocking shit over.
oh, I thought you kicked the cat. I was like, oh
What did
god.
I?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Damn.
Ymir sort of heads back, recedes back into her chair, and she just sort of puts her head down and tries to rest.
Lyre closes his book and just. Right. What are we talking about? Is
Did
everyone
you
okay?
work it out?
No, but I have a start.
Okay.
Yes.
You should probably get some sleep.
It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's closer to about 7 now.
It's 7 o'clock in the evening.
I think we're gonna go for a scout at around midnight. So we might make our way through the evening if you want to try and get a couple hours, maybe?
I should be fine.
Whatever floats your boat.
Is everyone okay?
Whatever pays the bills.
She kind of juts her thumb to Kaiden, who is like currently like sleeping, like curled up like a purring cat. Oh, not really,
Yeah.
just like mouth
He's,
agape,
like,
drooling.
Drooled
fully
out like this.
Yeah, fully out.
What happened
Just
to
the
Ymir?
occasional scratching his tummy.
That's just how he sleeps.
Okay. And what happened to Ymir? Why is she...
She's just...
Ymir? What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, come on.
She's gonna look at the party, and for a second, there might be genuine tears in one eye, and then she smiles, because I don't know what the bills are.
Oh.
Okay.
It's probably for the best, honestly.
Can I insight check Ymir?
Yeah.
I just want to see, like, is there genuine sadness, and can I get a read on why?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Inside.
Yeah.
Where are my skills? Oh, that's probably not the best. 15.
Oh yeah. She's sad, genuinely sad. But you can tell that she lied with the whole Bill's part, but it's something deeper than that. Like, you know how you like try and save face? That is what she's doing right now.
Right. Do you want to tell me what's really going on? Or am I going to play into this Bill's thing?
Because it is because of the bills. And she's sort of like trying to get you to play along.
Right. Bills, yes. Oh.
Okay.
We can teach you what bills are one day.
Okay. I'm going to lay down now. She's going to attempt to knock out.
Okay. I guess I'll stay up. I guess I let my notes get in the way of conversation. My apologies, friends.
You're
Rest,
fine.
please. I'll be here.
Since are you staying up?
How many hours did I sleep? Would I get a short rest if I stay awake?
Because you're still resting, it will still classify as a long rest. Because you're not going out and actively like doing things. If you spend the next 8 hours idling, you don't necessarily have to sleep. It will still classify as a long rest.
I think Sinza's still kind of like leaning back in her chair. She kind of like, she just pulls like a long pipe from her pocket and she just starts to like lazily blow rings of smoke out of it. She enjoys it.
The next 8 hours passes not particularly slowly, but it's certainly not quick. You're idling, kind of making idle chatter with the people who are there. Over time, the two of them kind of are sent out to do their own things. The the goblin in the corner remains completely unconscious. Similarly to Kaiden, splayed out on the floor. And it begins to tick closer to midnight. As those of you who are sleeping wake, you can mark off a long rest on your sheets if you would like.
Which one is that? Which button?
It's the TB, the tent.
Yeah, there's a tent next to your level at the top of your page.
Okay. I think no, I did it wrong. The TP?
He's pissed.
He's hungry.
Don't know.
There's a
He
cat
can't be hungry. What?
We need to get a cat familiar very fast.
Mother!
Come here.
Mom!
Oh
Mom.
God, hello.
I was not sharing the snacks.
It's probably because my door is shut, honestly.
Oh.
That's why.
So
Yeah,
open the
no.
door. Why are you closed?
As you watch the clock slowly tick towards midnight, what are the four of you doing?
I think Sinza will carefully kind of like, if it gets closer to midnight, she'll walk over to Kaiden and just kind of like gently shake his shoulder.
Oh.
Such a gentle awakening.
Ah!
Huh?
I'm not about to get backhanded by this man, I'll tell you what.
You ever seen Big Bang Theory when Sheldon sits up like, danger! Danger! Like,
Danger.
And he gets
He
danger
does the
points
hug, but he's
like
sitting
that.
over. He's like, oh.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah. He's looking around like he's like, where the fuck am I? For a second, he's like, I've got it. Yeah. And gets up.
And then she will like kind of put both her hands very slowly on Ymir's shoulders and gently wake her as well.
Is Lyre already awake, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I assume the four of you are heading out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So as you head out into the street, it's unlike earlier today, it is practically empty. There are torches and lanterns lit up in various different places, colouring the street sort of flagstones in a shade of gold. And areas that are untouched by those lights are streaked in silver from the glow of Eden moon. As you look up, you can see stars and clouds and the streak of black speckled and yellow lights of the ring as it is carving its way through the night sky. It's peaceful out at this time. In comparison to how busy it was earlier, it is a breath of fresh air. The air is warm still. This is a tropical planet, but it's cooler than you're used to, as it is reaching close to the witching hour.
Sinza kind of pulls out her map, kind of looks around. So we can go left, right, or forward. Mm-hmm.
Looking at the map, can we see that there's obviously fucking hell, turnip. Can we see that?
Sorry, I need to just give him some food because I'll be right back.
No worries.
Kate is holding an alley cat.
Look what I found.
I found a cat. Yeah.
Lav, I just heard Lav sprint past, being like, "God damn it, Turner!" Oh dear.
But yeah, you've got 3 places on the map that you can head to. One is almost outside of the city. One is quite close by to you, and not too far actually from the last drop. And then one is much closer to the edges of the Violet District.
Right. Speaking outside of game, to those who are still here, I think Lav can still hear us anyway.
Yeah.
The one in the top left, I'm just saying, it's a lot more open space, easier to spot people.
I agree. The top level one, right?
Yeah, it's got like a little square like out to the side. It's out on the outskirts of the city, like Toby mentioned.
Yeah.
This open space, people in purple cloaks would stand out.
Yeah.
Even if we want to, like, I don't know, if we want to go to the rooftops, if we want to be super sneaky, or if we want to be like bold and walk out. If these people are attacking people who look weak or like civilians, maybe we can dumb it down. Kind of hard to do with a giant.
We can just
2
send
giants, I should
Ymir
say.
as bait out into the open.
Ymir is covered head to toe in heavy armor.
Oh, that is also true.
I could take off my jewelry and like the cape and just wear simple black clothing. Do the whole "oh, woe is me alone at night" bullshit.
I don't hate it. Might
I
be
can
a
play
good idea.
bait. I'm real good at being bait.
You want to play bait?
I can be bait.
Okay, you can be bait.
Have you seen what I can do? I'll be bait.
You can be bait. You want to be bait?
Best bait in the game. Thoughts, guys?
Is that our character?
That was all out of character. That was Odin being
Okay.
like, let's
Okay.
strategize.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Because Kaiden can either like go in an alley or somewhere to like try and thorn whip if he hits though.
Okay.
Right, so you guys are planning to go to this section up here.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That far left
Um,
section.
The one that I have lit up.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Yep.
Because we're on the edge of the city. There's no like wall or anything around the city, or does it just go straight into the open?
It just goes out into the open. You'd be
Just goes out
hitting
to the
sort of
open.
almost like a slum area, This map isn't
Okay.
entirely perfect, so the further out you get, the more, for lack of a better term, the more blue collar it gets. So
Yuck.
it's going to be a bit more packed together, like smaller houses packed together, but they will have more open space because they are starting to thin out the outer edges of the city.
I mean, it's an easy target for a gang trying to push into an area. So
Go in from the edges and
Yeah.
creep in. Yeah. Okay. As you begin to pass through the streets, along the edges of the Verdant District and through Stormfall, it's a strange new experience compared to earlier today. It's mostly empty. You see a few scattered figures, some with lanterns making their way home from a late shift. Some still packing up the dregs of their stalls for the night. Quite a few of them seem to get quite freaked out seeing a group of people walking down the street, and will move out of the way or find cover or something. It seems like it's not exactly the safest place to be at night. You don't have any trouble getting to where you need to be. Are you sending Lyre in first?
I say we all kind of like huddle before we just send Lyre in. Okay. Do we have a code word for just jumping in?
Well,
Bills.
bills.
I kind of like that. Since I kind of puts her hand out for Lyre's jewels.
It's like, I have bills to pay, that kind of thing. I like it.
Yeah.
And you see Lyre starts taking off his jewelry and places it in Sinza's hands. He takes off his red cloak and throws it over the top of Kaiden. He's just
On his head. No reaction.
Like he puts it on you.
Okay.
So it's on you, like real fancy. Like your nipples are still out in the open. Don't worry.
It just hits his waist, like it doesn't even hit the floor.
It's like a scarf to him, honestly. But Lyre will turn back and say, trail behind me, 30 to 40 feet, maybe. Keep to the shadows. I'm just going to walk and whistle and try and look weak, I guess.
Sinza just blinks at you.
I know.
No, you're so strong.
I'm not. My mind is strong.
Yes.
My biceps are non-existent. It's fine. But do you want me to try and talk to them to get their money?
Maybe try and pull out as many as you can, so if you can make a little scene, like, no, don't take my money. I'm I don't know how bait works.
Oh, you want me to be dramatic? I can do
Yes, the drama.
that. I can do that.
If there's others, would they run? If there's a scene? Because they're doing this at night.
Just thinking pack tactics here. If they hear something struggling, they're more likely to all close in.
And we want to get as much money from them as we can, so maybe the more the merrier. When they outnumber us, maybe we try and calm it down a little bit. But we can get their money. Maybe they might have some items on them we can sell or utilize. But remember, all money, all gold, whatever gold, copper, silver, whatever we find, goes to Landgrave.
But not rations and knickknacks and rocks and moss.
Just the money. That all goes to Landgrave.
Rocks?
Yeah.
Kaiden, you have so many rocks already. You don't need more rocks.
Well, if
Let
there's
the
like
man
a
have
really
his
nice
rocks.
rock,
You should.
like
He
I
has a
might
whole
want the
pocket
rock.
just for rocks.
And
He
he
doesn't
has
need
other
any more
pockets.
rocks.
They're stuffed away.
Please don't encourage this behavior.
Lyre,
Yes.
Ymir gets close to him. I just want you to know that I believe in you.
Okay.
But just in case, guidance.
Oh, that's a nice trick. I believe in you too. And he'll cast guidance on you.
We're going to do great.
Mm.
Kaiden will do the gesture of guidance without casting it, hoping something happens.
But I will turn and begin to jauntily make my way through the slums in New York City.
New York City.
New York
New York
City.
City.
The most devious bastard in New York City.
You stop
Really
pondering
are.
that book, you little fuckwit.
So
Can't distract me with cheap sex potions.
as you begin to kind of make your way through the outskirts of Sihonos, it doesn't take you long to find a hushed group of people who seem to be almost harassing a young woman. She's half elven, kind of pale, with sort of blonde hair that's quite cropped. It's almost like a pixie cut. And she's carrying a basket, and they seem to be kind of like getting up in her face. They've got weapons drawn, kind of like, just stand it over, lass. Just make this easier. And she's sort of backing up against a wall. They're all wearing these almost like uniforms, purple, but with this mask that covers the majority of their face. One of which seems to be quite a bit taller, maybe standing about 6.5 feet. Quite heavily built, who is stepping forward towards this woman. They don't seem to have noticed you. As they, as you watch him kind of tilt his head down towards her, and she goes stiff. It takes a few moments. He lifts his head, and she drops to the floor.
Do I recognize that kind of magic?
You can roll me an Arcana check.
Natural 1. I do not.
It doesn't even look like magic to you.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see how stupid I can be. Lyre's gonna start sort of like stumbling a little bit. And just sort of like saunter up, not directly next to him, but he'll move to a little bit to the side. And just sort of like muttering to himself like, it's been a long day. And I'm gonna... Oh! I like your masks. They look good.
All of them turn to look at you. Roll me a deception check. What was the fucking...
He's matching the masks. Oh, thank God I'm good at that, my dear. Deception, was it, my friend?
Yes, please.
19.
You can see like the lower half of the face on these two, especially at the front here, standing over this heap of a woman on the floor, and they begin to kind of step forward towards you. They're not. Ooh. Oh, why are they spinning? They begin to kind of step towards you.
Hello, brothers.
Where
Where does the night take us?
It's not supposed to be pitch black. Can you not see?
Let me reload first.
Oh, you're not in the scene. That's why. So
Okay.
I am going to like you three. I'll put in the bottom of the scene. But
It was
you are
showing me in the
quite
scene.
quite a while back. Give me a hot second while I quickly fix that.
Fine, I reloaded. I can see stuff now.
That should fix it. So the two that have gotten close to you
Yes.
have weapons brandished. They're both wielding scimitars as they begin to kind of hone in on you.
Lyre's just playing through to it. It's like, I just don't have one of them. Can I have yours?
You shit face, mate. Yeah, I'm aware of that. As the two of them kind of are like looking at you, and trying to gauge whether or not you're a threat, and whether or not you have anything on you worth taking. So have you derobed effectively? You're just in
a
simple,
sense.
in a
Yes,
sense.
I have.
What have you taken off?
So I've taken off my red cloak and my jewelry. I still have my earrings.
Okay.
And like my book is like strapped to my lower back, but yeah.
What's in the book?
That is my diary. You can't read. Shh.
Roll me
Yeah.
another deception check for me.
Okay. Oh, I love this game. 16. Not as good.
16. And they kind of look at each other. Another figure kind of appears behind you in similar clothing, the mask as well.
Ooh.
This time, rather than two scimitars, they've got two daggers, one in each hand. And they're sort of looking you over, looking at the book. They kind of poke it with one of the daggers.
Ooh. That's sharp.
It'd be a lot sharper if you fuck with us, mate.
You're scary.
Boss, what do we do?
Boss? Hello, boss.
The figure who is standing over the
Come to me.
seemingly unconscious woman, as he looks in your direction, there is this streak of red running down his chin.
You've got reds on you.
They are just like silent, almost like this strange stalwart expression on their face, and a pool of blood is beginning to run around the commoner's head.
A pool of blood's running around her head on the commoner?
On the floor. So it's beginning to pool around the side of her head. On the flagstones.
Does it look like tattoos and markings, or is it blood?
It's blood.
That's not good. I'm gonna get them away from her. Lyre will just sort of, big man, come here, let the woman rest. Let's have a conversation.
You look like you would taste of whiskey.
It is actually bourbon.
They begin to very slowly walk in your direction. The rest of you, you are far enough back and somewhat covered by the darkness. I assume you're not, because of the map, unfortunately. You are kind of scattered. Where are you and what are you doing whilst Lyre is getting surrounded?
I would like to try and move a little bit closer, if possible, sticking to the shadows around the right side of the building, if it's a possibility.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, I don't know if I'm great at that. Oh, come on, please.
Be good. Roll bad. Lav.
12.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I'm going to roll perception for the one closest to you to see whether or not he picks that up.
You
You're
suck.
at 5, so no.
Oh.
He does not hear you. It seems like as the larger figure is walking, the sound of his footsteps on the flagstones is covering you moving through the dark. What are the rest of you also doing? Are you following Sinza?
We're going to go for the
or are
same
you-
kind of area because there's a lot of different bits of cover here. And like, I assume the roofing goes over the wall a bit so that there's room to move
Yes,
kind
yeah.
of under that roofing area. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go in the same area.
Do you want to follow Sinza?
That's
Yeah.
Okay.
And is that chickens in the Sinza's on top of now?
That's potatoes.
No, that's the one that Sinza's on.
Oh. Yes, that's like some. It's mostly covered, but there is some meat sort of hanging out.
There's some dead chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Okay.
I can't hear you. Under the roofing.
Hmm. Can you roll me a stealth check?
It's not bad. Let me see what I've got on top. That's a natural 16 with... What is his stealth? It's 18.
Oh, that was almost a 19. He rolled a 3. Yep, you are well covered. Seems like you're blending in quite well. Ymir, what are you doing? Are you just standing in the middle of the road?
I don't know which worse, the fact that I have disadvantage because I have armor on, or the could. I don't know if I want to take that risk. What's my disadvantage looking at? I have a +2 to my stealth for some reason. Do I want to risk it?
Do you want to try and be sneaky, or do you want to just charge in?
Because can I see, realistically, from where I'm standing, can I determine if she's dead at all? Can I
You
do
can
something
see
for
her
her?
spirit. She's
Oh,
dead.
she's dead. Oh, those bitches. Alright. Is any of them with my... Okay, because I wouldn't be able to know. Never mind. Because I was going to ask if any of them are wearing armor, but I can't see it or anything of that
Yeah.
nature. That's fair. I'll just try and find... If I move here to hide and get cover, will I have to roll for stealth?
No, you are out of range. So they wouldn't be able to detect you from where you are currently at.
Okay,
So
then
you can sit in that cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna get cover. I'm just gonna use this, but I'm behind this. Yeah, cover.
Okay. All right. Lyre, they are closing in on you, and somewhat backing you to into a corner.
Okay.
You're being slowly pushed back into a situation you might not be able to get out of.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll look over to the big guy. So what brings you to my neck of the woods?
Your neck of the woods.
I live here.
I own here.
Oh. Are you the tax man?
In a sense.
Why are you so angry?
Wrong place, wrong time, my friend.
Okay. I do need to get home. I do have bills to pay. I
He is going to attempt to grapple you. I need a contested strength check, please.
I'm nudging Sinza. Do step in.
Strength check or con? Oh, athletic. Sorry, it's the same for me
Strength
either way.
check, yes. Well,
I think Jade also had her hand up.
oh yeah.
I have two things. Was I able to? Because I can't. It's so difficult. Was able to pick up from when we witnessed that scene. Was like there a murmur or a spell being cast on her, or just like you just straight up stabbed her?
Because of your limited sight, all you saw was two figures. One of them suddenly dropped, and now she's dead.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the risk. Unless I was gonna do something because I heard I have bills to pay. I wanted to try and do something.
Okay.
This is the first
I
one.
rolled a 6.
Okay.
That's
Fuck.
I also rolled a 6. We are even. Okay, that's interesting. So we'd probably have to roll again for that. I'd say we'd just
Sure.
do that. Yeah.
Just to grab you, you're like,
That's better. Dirty 20.
A 9.
Like-
So as they're attempting to grapple you, are you
Whoa.
working in tandem with the rest of the party? Because you guys have been given your signal. Ymir, what are you doing, love?
I'm going to cast silence.
Okay.
Not near our caster, but enough to catch.
So in the distance, so up here. So in
Yes,
the-
I
in
can
the
get
outer
these
radius.
guys because I know. Yeah, I know not to fuck over our caster. I'm like, aha.
If you roll, if you roll silence in the chat, it should come up with a template that you can place down.
How do I roll silence? Oh,
Roll it
wait.
out of your sheet.
Okay. It's not letting me click it. It's not good. I can click everything else, but silence isn't working for me.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Silence has been like you. So what does that look like as you cast that?
Sort of like a sort of radiant light, sort of emanating like underneath their feet, like underneath between the cobble and this sort of circular fashion, and she sort of has her hand sort of placed on the cobblestone with her two index fingers as she looks out in the distance, sort of like that. Yeah.
Okay. As this kind of almost like a bright light flickers underneath them, as they are encased in this sphere of silence, Lyre, it is right there in front of you as it just suddenly appears and almost creates like this almost like pierceable barrier between the two of you. You watch the figure in front of you kind of take a step back almost, try to speak, and nothing comes out. And because that is considered a hostile action, we are going to end the session there and start a mission.
No.
Damn.
No.
Thank you for watching another episode, and we'll be back same time next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye. Thank you,
Okay.
Toby.